Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Simulation. This is that girl Connor, and today we're going to talk about It Works. So first and foremost, I have my mug of the day. Now this is another mug from a coworker, actually the same coworker who got me my North Carolina mug. She got me this one for Christmas and I love it so much. Full disclosure, I didn't want more tea today. I already had my morning tea, so there's just water in this, but it's okay. I also have a latte, a nice latte. So today I want to talk about It Works, mostly because it is January, and so we're like halfway through January at this point, but we're going to see, and I'm sure we have been seeing, I guess like a lot of really shitty, guilty, like diet culture bullshit. This happens every year in the new year because we like to buy into this belief that we all need to lose all this weight we gained from the holidays, and we were all bad during the holidays. And also people now have the added ability to like guilt you about how unproductive or productive you have been during quarantine. And now that we're in lockdown too, these people are really coming after you. Plus, we also just got like another stimulus, and we know the Huns love to act like you could use your stimulus money to start a business, even though you're not starting a business. But I do want to put a content warning for this video. We will be talking about diet culture. We will be talking about unhealthy promotion of diet culture. We will be talking about like slimming products that are definitely bad for you. So I just want to put that content warning out there. If that is something that makes you uncomfortable or is something that could be really triggering for you, please, you don't have to watch this video, and do what's best for you. I think it's an important video to talk about though, but I did just want to put that warning right there. So let's talk about diet culture as an overarching idea. Now, diet culture is something that I think a lot of women are used to. It's something that we have been fed literally our entire lives. I remember at like age 10 or 11 feeling incredibly self-conscious about my body and feeling like I needed to work out a lot and I needed to like not eat a lot. And I remember I used to like try to only eat fruit. I would like throw away my lunches. I didn't want anybody to think that I was like eating too much. And I mean, a lot of that went away as I got older, mostly because I played sports and I danced a lot, and I just couldn't, my body just could not handle not having any food. Like eating 4 clementines and a bag of Cheez-Its is not enough to get you through like 2 hours of school lacrosse practice and then another 2 hours of club lacrosse practice. So it wasn't doing me any good. But that doesn't mean that I still don't have like hard relationship with food. I think a lot of women do. But I am going to tell you what the definition of diet culture is. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about It Works, and then we'll also talk about Premiere, which is what they just did. So hopefully not as long as my last video, but I kind of like more long form content anyway when I'm watching YouTube, so that's kind of the content I want to create. I also want to mention that there will be some links in the bio if you want to help support, or if you're looking for people to support in DC after the act of domestic terrorism that took place over a week ago now. But absolutely ludicrous, but there are some good organizations to support in DC that are working for like DC statehood, and also just in general like what they're doing in DC. Diet culture is a system of beliefs that worships thinness and equates it to health and moral virtue, which means you can spend your whole life thinking you're irreparably broken just because you don't look like the impossible thin ideal. Now that's like a definition of diet culture. I think it's also important to recognize that diet culture is pretty, I would say innately like racist. It really values like traditional, I would say like white features over indigenous features, over black features, over features of like women from the Middle East, that like small nose. It's all of it. It's not just your body. It's like your whole entire being is roped in with diet culture. And it's something that people use to profit and have always used to profit. It is why women feel the need that they have to like shave their legs. It's why we have bought magazines for our entire lives that tell us how to lose 15 pounds in 10 days. It's all of that. It's all roped into like the overarching theme of diet culture, and when we make women spend more time focusing on their looks and being acceptable, they have less time to focus on other things, and then we get to call them vapid, and then we get to demonize some women who care about their looks just too much and some women who don't care about them enough. You have to be the perfect balance of in between. It's like this whole complex of things that we've given specifically women to worry about. And again, of course,
Smarter in Seconds, diet culture.
Euphemisms like lifestyle changes, cleanse, detox are all code words for diet culture.
Diet culture promotes weight loss and restrictive eating as the only way to be healthy.
Diet culture encourages disordered eating, ableism, Eurocentric beauty standards, and fat phobia.
It profits off insecurities and sells solutions, making it a $70 billion industry.
Let's learn to recognize and shut down diet culture together.
Smart. It also attached moral virtue to beauty, because there is this concept of like, it's a very puritanical view of beauty, but it's like, if you are good and godly, you will look beautiful because you are adorned from the heavens, or you are blessed, or all those things have to do with equating like you as a good person. You should look like a good person. Bad people look like bad people, and good people look like good people. It's a really great way to also demonize and be quite classist, because if you have more money to focus on your appearance, then you have more money to focus on your appearance, and then we can attribute you to being good, versus people who have to work living paycheck to paycheck, or even it's a great way of us kind of demonizing homeless people. It's all tied together. So diet culture also is great at attributing moral value to food, and then in like attributing your moral value to the food that you eat. So if you are eating food that's quote unquote bad and you like food that's bad, you feel bad. And diet culture likes to convince us the more bad food we eat, the more bad we are, and we kind of like deserve this kind of thing that people can tell if you're bigger. And then also like, imagine you're not what the ideal thinness is, and we're going to like judge somebody who is already not thin for eating something that they shouldn't be eating because they're not thin, right? Like it's this whole cyclical effect, and it's really big and it's really hard to address, but there are a lot of companies that benefit from it. And this is companies all around the world. Any like fitness brand, I think, really benefits from it for at least a little bit. And we see an uptick in shitty diet culture ideas in January, because a number one resolution for so many people is always to lose weight and to be healthier. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with wanting to set healthier routines for yourself in the new year. I mean, I'm doing it too, but we see a lot of people take it to an extreme. And also the concept, especially now, is that you make New Year's resolutions that are meant to be broken. And so you spend all this money on maybe new fitness clothes or new workout gear or a Peloton or a gym membership that you're never even going to use. And we see companies like Beachbody and Itworks and Arbonne and all these people offer new like reduced pricing, or maybe they come out with new products that are supposed to fit into that narrative, right? So, and I think it's important to draw the difference here. Look, I don't think there's necessarily something wrong with your local YMCA running a deal if you start your membership in January, because here's the thing, you might sign up for a membership and start working out with a certified personal trainer. You might learn some actual helpful nutrition advice, and you might start building a community at your Y that makes you want to go to Group X workouts, also with certified Group X teachers. You might find a passion for cycling or swimming or any of those things, plus you're going to build a community. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. Now, you also might get roped into a multi-level marketing company because you bought slimming gummies, and then you spend like $139 to start your own business, and then you realize that the slimming gummies aren't working, and the keto coffee's not working, and the skinny coffee's not working, and now they're selling you wraps to wrap around your body so you can lose weight, and you feel like you have to start recruiting people into this. That's a problem. So we're going to talk, like I said, about itworks. Now, itworks, I think, is really like this generation's like Arbonne a little bit more, because I feel like I know a lot more people who have joined itworks, and I see a lot more people promoting itworks than I do Arbonne. Now, itworks is a company that really, first of all, the name is actually picked so it sounds like when you're critiquing it that you're critiquing something that works and you sound ridiculous, which genius marketing on their part, but we're gonna have to get past it. It works just like all things that we talk about on this channel. I mean, not the only things, but like a lot of things we talk about on this channel is a multi-level marketing scheme. Now, I follow on Instagram a girl who's in the top 25% of itworks. I know she's, or the top 25 just in general of itworks. I know she is because she just went to Premiere, so she has to be at least one of the top 25 earners, which makes her in the top 1%. So I don't feel super bad about critiquing her. She's the girl I mentioned who, like, over the holidays definitely was signing up like 15 people a day. It's absolutely insane to me. And to be honest with you, I think she's pretty crappy. I think the stuff she promotes on her channel or her Instagram is pretty crappy, and we'll talk about her more, but I just want to give us a very overview of itworks. So I'm on their website right now. I tried actually to look up the history of itworks because I like don't really know much about it, and I think a lot of MLMs have some kind of shady backgrounds. Like, again, Young Living is a great example of that, but they seemingly don't. They started in 1995, and he was a high school math teacher and basketball coach, and his wife was a stay-at-home mom. They were rich in love. And then they decided to basically join an MLM. And then in 2001, and this is a quote from the CEO, and also their history is so vague, it's so annoying, but okay, so the itworks wrap, which was their initial product. The biggest challenge in this industry, and really in the worldwide market, is to offer an uncommon solution, a true original that captivates people and offers them something they never thought possible before. When Pam Souter, now itworks Chief Networking Officer, contacted me with the itworks wrap, also known as the Ultimate Body Applicator, we knew we had something special to share in this world. Mark Pentecost, founder and CEO. To this day, itworks Foundation is built on bringing innovation products to the market for the innovative products first to the market. I'm gonna call bullshit. Let's look up body wraps to lose weight in the 80s and maybe even before the 80s. Original, unique, one of a kind. And again, the product that they're offering, we'll look at the body wrap. So the body wrap essentially is that you wrap this thing around your body and then you'll look skinnier, you'll look better. In my Empower Women video, I have a video of a girl just like, I have a video, a screen grab of like the keto coffee and the skinny coffee and of these body wraps that are just there to make you feel like shit about yourself. Like, I really don't understand. Okay, in 2005, premium nutritional line. The itworks premium supplements line began when Mark made a routine visit to his doctor's office several years ago. On this visit, Mark's doctor instructed him to start taking a daily multivitamin supplement, but then Mark asked his doctor which one he should take, and he was taken back by the physician's response, "I don't know, but I wouldn't take a cheap one. You only live once." I didn't know what to do with that, recalls Marks. You want to know what you're putting in your body, the best things in your body, so I began a long and hard search to produce the best multivitamin on the market. This is what drove itworks to move to health and wellness sphere. We're committed to always bringing our consumers the best products to live your healthiest and best life, which is true. Just so you do know, though, things that are considered supplements in the health and wellness sphere are things that don't have to be FDA approved because of a landmark case in the 70s with Amway. So if you are taking something that's a supplement that's safe, supposedly, it is not FDA. It doesn't have to be FDA certified, and you can just take it. So just a thought. Growing worldwide in 2008. They began international sales in Canada and Australia. They're exploding through the economy. The economy crisis that began in 2008 presented many families and businesses across the world devastating circumstances. And despite the grim economy, itworks became debt-free in 2009, and sales began to reach unprecedented highs. In 2011, they made the move from Grand Rapids to a beautiful new home in Burnett, Florida. Almost 90% of the corporate team moved with the company because they were dedicated to seeing the vision and growth come to fruition. The global headquarters was accompanied by the purchase of a golf course located within minutes of the world-class beaches, now known as Pentecost Ranch, which we'll talk more about. The move kickstarted back-to-back years of phenomenal growth, which put itworks on the prominent Inc. 500 list 3 times and on the Inc. 5000 list twice. 2012, $100 million in sales, and they started their phrase "debt-free is the new sexy." Got it. It reminds me of that article. What is it? Like, men prefer debt-free, untattooed virgins. It's like 2013, the Give Back Foundation. The It Works Give Back Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit, is funded the mission to make a lasting difference in communities locally and globally through financial, practical, and emotional support. Today, the founder supports 7 pillars: humanitarian aid, anti-human trafficking, international crisis response, pediatric cancer research and family support, veteran support, homeless outreach, and community support. Never Stop Dreaming is part of their history. They took the American dream up a notch to purchase Little Bocali, now known as Pentecost Island. This became a premier location for itworks team to live out the phrase, "We like to make money like Warren Buffett, but we like to party like Jim and Buffett." It's a place where Pentecost love to share their experience and so much more with their hardworking team. In 2017, it was voted, the Direct Selling News featured it as the best place to work in 2017 and 2018. They expanded into the Asian market in 2018. And now, as of 2019, Dr. NASA from Botched has first ever celebrity collaboration. They partner with the world famous plastic surgeon, Dr. Paul Nazoff, with the television show known as Botched, to create an exclusive premier skincare line targeted towards common beauty issues. Their team continues to grow, make new faces for opportunities. Every one of these shots is so... Okay. That is not a history. I cannot tell you how hard I looked to find just like a brief history of anything. They've had some lawsuits with Melaleuca. I know that's been like an issue in the past. But it doesn't, like, again, So let's go to their product page. Their new thing this year was Slimming Gummies. And I know that because they just released them. And people were already talking about how great they are. Now, I don't really know what could possibly be in a slimming gummy. But let's see. Only one bottle option is available for, okay. So these are the slimming gummies with blood orange and apple cider vinegar. Shrink your waist and slim your hips with the slimming gummies. Enjoy these low effort, high reward gummies that guard against unwanted love handles and expanded waistline. With just a few slimming gummies each day, you can start losing stubborn, pinchable fat on your stomach and hips. Formulated with apple cider vinegar and clinically proven blood orange power ingredient, these sweet vegan treats will keep your confidence up while you slim down. Fucking gross. Honestly, gross. Now, it does say that the slimming gummies should be taken along with it. So none of these claims have been like validated by the FDA. I was just trying to see what's in these things. So there's all these calories, and then there's other ingredients. Chicory root, water, pectin, citric acid, terpene, citrate, coconut oil, paprika, natural citrus flavors, and carnauba wax. No added sugars, silicone, blood orange, fruit extract, 200 milligrams. Apple cider vinegar, 500 milligrams. Also, a serving size is 2 gummies. You're supposed to take them for 90 days. Each container only has 30 gummies, and you're supposed to take 4 a day to actually get the effect. So, let's do the math. The actual effects of the certified research, like blood orange extract, you have to do a 90-day supplementation of about 400 milligrams of it, which is the amount of 4 gummies. Now, I lied. These have 60 gummies in each of them, so it's going to be about 14 days, but 60 divided by 4 is 15 total. So each one of these is good for 15 days. You have to do that for 90 days. So now we have to do 90 divided by 15. So you would need 6 of these, 6 bottles of these to actually fill any full-on effects. And you have to do it, like I said, for 90 days. And one bottle is $40. So let's do 6 times. I'm rounding up. It's technically $39.95, and that is the loyal customer price. Supposedly, these are actually $67 retail price, but let's just say we're getting the loyal customer price. You would spend $240 to eat Slimming gummies. Why? Like, why? Also, they don't do anything, supposedly, right? They have a little video. I wonder if I can show you guys the video.
Goodbye to the stubborn weight around your belly? Now you can. Introducing Slimming Gummies, featuring clinically proven Morasil, a powerful blood orange super ingredient that's proven to help you shrink your waist and slim your hips by inches and lower your BMI. Target the fat that leads to love handles and slim down pinchable fat on your body's midsection. Best of all, by teaming Slimming Gummies with Thermophyte XX, you can also lose an average of 31 pounds in just 90 days. Slimming Gummies. It's time to say goodbye to stubborn weight around your belly and hello to results in 2021.
First of all, I don't know how many people have told you this, but like, you can't target, like, there's not a food that's going to target, get rid of fat from a specific area of your body, because a lot of reasons. First of all, people carry fat in different parts of their body. Also, that's just like not how it works. And third of all, the Morasil is the thing that I talked about. Again, you have to take 90 days of it in addition to having a restricted diet, and you have to take about 400 milligrams as the daily dose. Okay, clinical study used a 400 milligram daily dose, the equivalent of 4 gummies over 90 days. Great. Great. So you can get bullshit for $240. We can buy 2 bottles of it. I wonder if it's cheaper if we buy 2 bottles. So yeah, it's actually only $69 if we want to buy 2 bottles of it, and we needed 6 bottles of it. So let's do $69 times 3. Maybe that's a better deal. Nope, barely. Still $207. Okay, let's see some other stuff. Also, the best products, the best, most healthiest stuff. Let's do, this girl loves the Skinny Brew coffee. So let's look at the Skinny. This is the coffee that they talk about. Now, what does this have in it? French roast coffee, natural caffeine blend, neurotropics, green tea, EGCC. I don't know what that means. Fat burning coffee that caffeinates all day. Sip your way to smart and skinny all from your coffee cup. This instant. French roast coffee helps burn fat and fire up your brain focus with thermogenic, adaptogenic, metabolism boosting ingredients. You'll be experiencing more energy than you ever felt before with 5 plant-based sources of caffeine that combine for powerful brew with a ton of perks. What is this? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So they keep talking about this thing called thermogenesis, and that their products are going to increase thermogenesis. Thermogenesis is the process of heat production in organisms. It occurs in all warm-blooded animals and also a few species of plants. So I was like, okay, I don't really know what that means. Okay. Shivering is a big one. One method to raise temperatures is through shivering. It produces heat because of the conversion of chemical energy of ATP into kinetic energy. Energy causes almost all the energy to show up as heat. Shivering is a process by which the body temperature of hibernating mammals, such as bats and ground squirrels, is raised in these animals from hibernation. We also have regulations. Non-shivering thermogenesis is regulated by many thyroid hormones and sympathetic nervous system. Some hormones such as norepinephrine and leptin may stimulate thermogenesis. So again, literally the natural functions of your body to shiver. That's what these things are going to increase. What the hell? Intensifies metabolism and energizes body to help manage weight. Fires up focus and concentration with 6 brain boosting nootropics. Again, don't know what that is. Let's look it up in real time. I hope you guys kind of like this. I just wanted to talk about this, but I needed to make it. Okay, so this is... Nootropics are a class of drugs, colloquially known as smart drugs and cognitive enhancers. Are drugs and supplements and other substances that are claimed to improve cognitive function, particularly executive functions, memory, creativity, or motivation in healthy individuals. While many substances are purported to improve cognition, research is in the preliminary stages in 2020. And the effects of the majority of these agents is not fully determined. The use of cognitive enhancing drugs by healthy individuals in the absence of medical indication experienced numerous controversial issues, including ethics and fairness of their use, concerns over adverse effects, and diversion from prescription drugs for non-medical users. Nonetheless, the international sales of cognition enhancing supplements have continued to grow over time, exceeding US $1 billion. Yeah, that's why. These are considered supplements, and so they don't have to actually be certified by any, like, they don't have to go through the same certification process that the FDA requires things to go through. And while I think it's important for all of us to have a healthy questioning of like governing bodies and authority, I do think the concept of like the FDA is evil and it actually only pushes things out that's big pharma is a big thing that a lot of, honestly, MLM people really like to promote because they love the process of anti-intellectualism, and we will definitely continue to talk about that. I just wanted you guys to see, so that's not really, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a classification of things and substances, and if you're using it as a supplement, you don't have to provide proof that it actually does what you say it does. Amazing. So that's what's in this coffee. And this is how you should use it. Skinny Brew. Mix a packet of Skinny Brew of hot or cold water for smooth black coffee that's instantly blended and delicious. Plus, Skinny Brew contains more caffeine than 2 cups of regular coffee. Oh my god. We recommend drinking it as part of your morning routine or anytime you need to pick me up. Why should I drink it? Skinny Brew is powerful coffee that's packed with perks. By sipping Skinny Brew instead of regular coffee, you support your weight loss goals by fat burning, boosting brain function, and consuming more caffeine for your increased energy. If you're intermittent fasting or living a keto lifestyle, it's a perfect brew for you. With just 2 carbs, it won't break your fast or cause blood sugar surge. Oh my god. Again, none of these have been supplied by the FDA. This product contains 225 milligrams of caffeine per packet. That is a lot of caffeine, friends. That is a lot of caffeine. Skinny Brew is formulated with only gluten-free products, is not currently tested for gluten that may or may not be introduced during the manufacturing process. And what are the neurotropics? Skinny Brew is brimming with these ingredients that enhance cognitive function so that each time you sip, you may also boost your brain. Cells the energized brain helps you feel motivated, brightens your mood, plus some neurotropics offer adaptogenic benefits, which help you maintain resilience against stress. Oh my god. Limit to 1 packet per day. Oh, you also shouldn't drink other caffeinated things when you're drinking this. I should hope the fuck not. Holy fuck. Also, I was gonna say, I don't feel like we've seen any like ingredients, but this is what it's in it. Coffee powder, chicory root, green tea, leaf extract, green coffee, bean extract, guarana, yerba mate, leaf extract. I mean, these are the ingredients. It just seems so weird that they're like the perfect, we always care about like the best things that are for your health. And it's just like, I just don't, again, as I mentioned before, regular coffee is like a natural diuretic. It has the caffeine plus, I mean, even like a latte, this just has milk in it, like 2% milk. I don't like sugar in my lattes, but even if you were to make 1 cup of coffee at home that had like creamer in it, I just don't think that the benefits or the cost of this would really outweigh what's actually happening. There's another video, so let's watch the video. like a 7th grade boy learned how to use fucking Prezi. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, here's the thing though. I'm pretty sure regular coffee is keto and regular tea is keto. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Keto, it also doesn't really fucking matter because like it's like fixing problems that don't exist. It's not like regular tea is bad or good for you. It's just like tea is tea. Tea tastes fine. I love tea, but like in general, like it just like I don't need special tea or special coffee. Regular coffee is fine for you. And of course we have a before and after picture. It's also weird too because I think part of what this thing does is like I cannot imagine having that much caffeine. 220 milligrams is a lot of caffeine. And that's like double, they said, what a regular cup of coffee is. So like 100 milligrams, that's just a lot of caffeine. Okay, but they also mentioned that it was affordable. So let's see. Okay, you're only supposed to have 1 a day. So you shouldn't be having more than 2 a day. But it's 15 packets for 1 bag. The loyal customer price is $49.99. It's $49 flat, sorry. Let's see if we wanted to get 30 servings. That would be a month. That's $79. That is so much money. Let's see how much that is a packet. I was like, what am I trying to do? 79 divided by 30 makes each one of these $2.63. Do you know how much it costs to make coffee? Nickels. Nickels. You buy a thing of coffee, I mean, it can last you so long. That is an insane amount to spend on coffee. And again, I think maybe people would make the argument, well, it's like cheaper than going to Starbucks or something, but I don't, because like you have to make it yourself then. And it's also like not, it's just like regular coffee to get all these quote unquote benefits. It's not even like, but you're getting like a latte or an espresso or like a frappuccino. It's like not, you're not even getting the benefits of this like delicious thing. That's fucking weird. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to look at was their cleanse, because we're going to watch a video where a girl has a cleanse. So the itworks cleanse. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but do be wary. There are certain things that I think are really wary if somebody is ever mentioning them to you, you're watching an influencer who talks about them. And that would be things like detox and cleanse and things like that. Your body is fine. It detoxes itself, and if you feel like it's not, you need to go see a doctor, a medical professional. Because here's the thing, there aren't 10 to 15 pounds of toxic sludge in your intestines. You do not need to take a cleanse after the holidays. This is gross, and it is honestly incredibly misleading. And juice cleansing is not that great for you either, and like all this stuff is not good for you. Please go see a doctor, an actual doctor or a dietitian. Or like if you're worried about like the food you're eating, see a dietitian. Do not buy this. I don't know if I can legally say that, but like, don't buy it. Okay. The itworks cleanse. It's a dietary supplement, so you know that means that nothing on here is tested, or it doesn't have to be the FDA. Okay, suggested, okay, this supports liver detox, colon health, and a healthy gut. Healthy gut is always something that I, like if somebody says that, I'm immediately like perked my interest of like, oh, what weird ass thing are you promoting? Like gut health and healthy gut and toxic sludge, all those things are like misnomers to me, that they are simple, they are like into pseudoscience, and they might be promoting something that's really unhealthy. For 2 consecutive days, shake up and drink up 1 bottle of the itworks cleanse before a healthy, well-balanced breakfast and dinner. Drink at least 8 glasses of water daily. Why is cleansing important? It is important to be good to your gut, so your digestive system can be worn down by stress, anxiety, overindulgence, processed food, and even general day-to-day activities. By using itworks cleanse routinely, you gently remove toxins while replenishing nutrients. It's the perfect way to maintain a healthy gut and a fresh start. What toxins? It doesn't tell you what toxins. That's another thing to also be kind of weary of, is like if it's like, oh, it's removing toxins. You want to know like what toxins. I know they kind of mentioned here like processed food or whatever, but like how is keto coffee not fucking processed food? I mean, it's always this way. It's always this way with these weird health group, like health people, right? It's like this weird thing of like natural home remedy, like the natural policy, all that stuff, always falling into like, I would say it's natural, like philosophical policy, but also love eating like powdered greens and keto coffee. And it's just like, how can it be both? How can it literally be both? How can it be both? How can you have both things in your like belief system? It doesn't make any sense. They are direct correlations, or they are direct contradictions, I would think personally. But It Works cleanse is the most effective when it's supported with a healthy diet. Be sure to drink plenty of water, at least 8 glasses per day, and eat light, fresh, unprocessed foods. Okay. Also, like, how processed is processed? Is roasted nuts processed? Is a smoothie processed? Is pasta processed? Like, what does that mean? Do you mean fast food? So with hurry, let's look what's in this thing. Blue agave, which is a slow, gentle fermenting probiotic fiber that helps get things moving while limiting many of the harsh side effects. Aloe vera leaf, lemon, ginger root, and green tea. So essentially this is just going to make you shit your pants for 2 days. But let's just look up. So this is an interview with a doctor from University Hospitals of the Science of Health, the Art of Compassion.org. Feeling the need, the truth about a detox. Here's the real truth. I will link this in the script below so that you can see the entire article. You can also listen to it. Morano says, the main takeaway is no one needs to detox. If you think you do, you should talk to your doctor about it. But there aren't just toxins floating around in our bodies, and nothing that you buy over the counter is going to help with that anyway. And to go back to the question you asked a minute ago about who's affected, I think it's the kind of a good example of the growing pseudoscience movement that's been a problem in this country. And I think people who have a little bit of scientific knowledge and a little bit of education fall victim to this a lot. And so these products all have some sort of like inkling of scientific. They sound like they do something. Charcoal is used in medicine. It does absorb toxins, but those little pieces don't translate over to the whole breadth of the market. And that's something that I think I'm going to talk about in a video that I've mentioned that I'm making. It's just taking a lot of research. Is this like anti-intellectualism in these companies and like pseudoscience movement? Is that they are pseudoscience and they're constantly hoping that you distrust anybody who isn't them, and they only get their information from the cult that they're essentially in. And that's what it is. Don't forget that these people are selling this shit to teenagers. They want people who are 18, who are really vulnerable. The time that you might end up joining a cult are the ages of 17 to 25, because that's before your brain is fully formed, well, 17 to 24. And people fall victim to that just like they do in MLMs. And I think a good video to make might be, is MLMs a cult? And we can look at a definition of a cult here. But I'm going to link that below because I think it's a worthwhile interview to read. But I think that's the main takeaway, is that you do not need to do a fucking detox. And if you do, if you are that concerned about your body, you need to see a medical professional. You don't need to see Ashley, who joined from her phone and now she works on the beach and she cries because she's in fucking debt because she joined a fucking pyramid scheme. You need to talk to a doctor. Okay? And again, these people are trying to sell this shit to vulnerable girls, women, children. That's who they're selling this stuff to. And it's dangerous stuff. Again, none of this has been tested or clarified by the FDA. And it's so, on top of all that, it's so expensive. So they said for one of these, you need to basically drink 2 a day for 2 days. So that's 4. Okay, so one box of them does in fact come with 4 bottles. That's $39. Now, I guess the thing would be is that you don't have to do them all the time. And this is its ingredients. I mean, they don't have a video for this one, so I guess that's a win. And they have, of course, a before and after picture. They don't have her face in it, which makes me wonder if this is, in fact, the same person. She's an independent distributor for itworks. And this is over fucking 6 months. So this isn't even like immediately after the cleanse. Sorry. Just celery. Itworks cleanse. Oh my God. Okay. So we've looked at itworks products. Now we're going to I mean, I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that they're selling so we can get an understanding of this. Out of all of them, this is seemingly the cheapest one because the expectation isn't that you would eat it for more than 2 days. So literally one bottle of it is what you would need to do. If you're a loyal customer, it's $39, making the cost of them about $8 a bottle, a little bit more, about, yeah, closer to 10, so $9.75 a bottle. Now it's time to pull up the evidence I've got coming for me because I've collected shit on this girl. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've talked about it, I've hinted at it. itworks did Premier. Premier is what they do for the people who are the top 25 people in their company. They fly them out to their very expensive, very luxurious ranch, and then they have them be there. And they sit there and they do all these things, which is why the company is so fucking expensive. And they really reward the people at the top. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. It looks pretty culty. I mean, we can look at something, but it also reminds me of camp, which is like very close to my heart. I did both Sleepaway Girl Scout camp and teen leaders camp called PACA. And I was even on junior staff in PACA, if that means anything to you guys. There are some things that you do when you go to camp or when you join a sorority or when you join an organization that help you reestablish your belief in the company or whatever, reestablish your belief in the camp, the process, all of it. And it does seem pretty culty, especially if you just take things out of context. So one of the things we always used to do at PACA is everybody would get tea lights, and on the first night we would all stand around in a circle, and you always leave a gap open because the leaders is always open. You can leave and come back as you wish. And everybody who's like, that's their first year at PACA, they get welcomed into the thing and they get something lit by somebody who's been there before. In fact, the only circle that is closed is the junior staff circle, which is in the middle, because you can never join junior staff again once you've done it. You do it for 2 years and then you're done. But it's very culty. It's a bunch of people. Usually it's the first day, so we're all wearing like the matching PACA shirts. We all sing All My Life is a Circle. It is a ceremony. And part of it is to reestablish the belief system that PACA is forever and that teen leaders is forever and that we believe in this process forever. Part of it is also because you need traditions as a rallying cry for things that people can hold on to, and that's why we create traditions. And part of it is just because, like, it does look culty. It's a bunch of people dressed the same standing around with candles. I mean, come on. It writes itself. Now, I also went to Sleepaway Girl Scout camp, which I loved. And there's a lot of singing and there's a lot of crying and there's a lot of over emotional things. And that's something that's like really big in cults. If you ever are wondering if something is a cult, I highly recommend you look up the BITE model, which stands for behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. It was created by Stephen Hansen. And when you look at it, it's a way of, again, one thing doesn't necessarily mean you're in a cult, but multiple things from each category, and also major things from each category are, then you're in a cult. And emotional control is a really big one of them. You are like sleep depriving people, you are putting them in highly emotional things, and the expectation is high emotions. We're going to see that a lot. It seems really culty, and it's probably something you have to do. These people are the top 25 in the company. You want them to go hard. They're the ones making the money. They are the ones that are bringing in more people. They have to believe it, because once they leave, if a big person, like a big pillar, leaves, it's going to be bad. And you already have the built-in mentality that all MLMs do, that if you leave, you were lazy, you weren't trying hard enough, it was bad. But what happens if somebody super high up leaves? They clearly were working hard. They clearly were, they believed in the products at least some level. They were doing the mindset work. Like, I think it's hard to say those people didn't believe in it. They didn't care because they were high up. So you have to do stuff to continuously re-indoctrinate them to the company, and Premier is a great way to do it. So let's look at some videos. Also, I just want to say that I follow this girl a lot, right? But she had to get tested. First of all, she went to California for like the whole holidays, came back, flew of course, and I think she got tested when she came back, and then had to get ready for Premier, which was like last week. So she wouldn't have waited the appropriate amount of time from being in California for so long to see if she actually would have gotten, like, had any symptoms or anything like that. Then she got tested before she went to Premiere, like about 3 or 4 days after she came back, it seemed like, from California, which you do know you should wait 5 days, depending on where you were, right? But it's 5 days because you're most likely to be, the highest viral load is like 3 to 5 days after you're like the most contagious. But whatever. So she went, got tested, was negative, then went and flew to fucking Premiere in Florida, and then they all got a rapid test. Which the thing is like a rapid test wouldn't be able to tell if you contracted anything on the plane. And also testing as a preventative measure would only work if you were still quarantining in between waiting for your test results. And everybody was following the same very strict quarantine. But I know that she wasn't, because she was going shopping, she was going to the store. And also so many MLMers seemingly don't believe in the COVID, like coronavirus at all. And so it's so infuriating to watch this. So regardless of like they were being responsible, they really weren't. Their testing practices were just about as good as Kim Kardashian's, I guess. So let's watch some screen recordings just in general. Oh, these are old ones. Okay, first of all, here's her cleanse. I don't know if this one has sound. These are the results, supposedly. Then drink your breakfast. Peppermint mocha, chocolate greens, 8+ servings of fruit and veggies with fat-burning coffee. Okay. Again, that motivation of I feel bloated after traveling, after the holidays. I need to do this to like lose weight and reset my body. You definitely don't. We read that excerpt from a doctor. And again, why are we promoting this? Oh my gosh, I feel like I had so much prepared, and then I started filming, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm saying or doing. I just wanted to show you all these videos from Premiere, and I just wanted to show you how just like, I feel like really dangerous this company is. They're promoting like unknown, okay, yeah, so this is more from Premiere. Look at them all on this fucking plane, all because I said yes, she's saying. Again, this is teaching other people too that this would be really easy. They're going to bars, so again, it doesn't matter if you got COVID tested like not that long ago. Again, of course, you got to make sure you're eating your like keto bar on this vacation. You can't just enjoy your life, right? Because your whole life is about promoting this. Headed to the ranch. Here we go. This is the ranch that they live on. This really pisses me off. Okay, that really pisses me off. That was their CEO making a joke about like, oh, we'll elbow do it, even though we're essentially all just in Florida doing whatever the hell we want. It doesn't matter because they are just like fucking around anyway. And just like, they just fucking win and they just don't care, and that's fine. It's just so irritating to me that they just don't care, and then they're going to actively like mock it. It's so rude. So many people have died. I thought you cared about health. They're walking on the coals, which is like a huge thing. Today was an amazing day. I say I cried for 2 hours. I mean it. These people are my people. I'm so thankful to build this business beside the people who make me better. Firewalk. Walking on hot coals, of course. I mean, has nobody ever been to like a corporate thing? Oh my god, it's so stupid. All of it's just so dumb, and it's just like so... I just think to sit there and watch all of these people flying in the face of like what is happening in the world and basically saying, fuck it, we can do whatever we want. It is insulting. It is rude. So many people have lost their motherfucking lives for this shit. And you're gonna go be in a cult and you're gonna go talk about how great everything is for you because of all the money you're making at your super cult as you rope more and more people in. Maybe this video was like a little bit weird, but I just think it's important to talk about. I don't see a lot of stuff about itworks because I think they just sell like literally what the fuck ever, and so it's like kind of weird. We're always like, oh, what are they even doing? Like, I think they are the ones that most obviously scream scam. They have so many random products. I think a lot of people know better than to buy into cleanse bullshit, especially once you reach a certain age. But they're preying on young people. That's this girl's whole thing, is that she joined when she was 18. She dropped out of college. That's another thing that these companies do, and I've seen it mostly with itworks, but it's like, we really do, you know, not everybody, college is not the best choice for everybody. We need to bring back the concept of like apprenticeships and trade schools and all of those things. But these people really promote dropping out of college to join a multi-level marketing network, and that is not the tea. I'm telling you right now, that is not the tea. So I guess overall, I just wanted to say, be wary, especially in the month of January, about companies that are going to be promoting this kind of shitty diet culture stuff. I mean, and again, I think especially because they're promoting themselves to young people, it's so much, not so much worse. I mean, they're all promoting themselves to young people, but just feeding in to shitty diet culture stuff and beliefs. It's really upsetting. I think they make me the most mad, again, because it's like this weird thing of like all natural products, but also it's like powdered greens and you got to drink your breakfast. And I just don't think it's promoting anything worthwhile or healthy for any of us. They clearly don't give a fuck about like actual health practices. They really just were like, we're still going to have this search rate in the middle of a pandemic. They couldn't even wait till like things maybe died down again, maybe in the summer or the spring, when we weren't experiencing, we had more of a plateau because people could be outside and stuff like that. No, they had to do it now. They had to do it right when things were getting worse, and they have to, because if not, nobody's going to want to try hard enough, and you're not going to convince more people. That girl immediately went home and started doing like more recruiting stuff. She's like, I learned so much great stuff at Premiere. Tony Robbins came to speak. I walked on coals, and I care about this company more than ever. So I was wrapping up my last video, and then the camera battery died, and then I remembered that I just don't think I talked to the full extent that I wanted to. I seem to always have this problem. I like was really excited to film, but I've been like really obsessed with finishing up some embroidery. So I like, you can't really research and do embroidery at the same time. They're kind of monolithic things, or they just like, they take your attention away from stuff. So anyways, I wanted to, I think I didn't talk enough about like what about Premiere really bothers me. If anything, I really just like dragged the camp I used to go to. But what about it is so interesting is, it's not even interesting. Also, I hope nobody has a drinking game associated with my videos, which why would they? I have like 14 subscribers, but if you did and you drank every time I said the word interesting, as I was editing, I was like, do I not know any other words? Like, that's all I'm saying is the word interesting. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, what the heck? Like, come on. Like, you know other words. I know that you know. And I just was like, it's interesting. It's interesting. But what I wanted to say about that is like, it's such a great like cult exercise. It's such a great way of establishing like the higher ups. It's like reintroducing yourself into the company culture. It's like reinvigorating your love for it. And they do all these things that like require you to be like extra emotional, like sleep deprived. Also, you're like doing this kind of risky thing in the middle of a pandemic, and you're special because you get to do it. All of it is there. And I think one of the biggest things that we talk about when we talk about MLMs is like the amount you have to go in to believe into it. So like sometimes people do this thing where you're like, so clearly this will be the breaking point. I think for a lot of people, we saw that multiple times with the past president. We were like, this is going to be the breaking point for people. This is when they're going to jump ship. And some people do that, but other people have to do this like cost like sunken cost fallacy, they call it, where you are thinking how much you've invested into it. And sometimes they like double, triple down, and they just like come up with ridiculous scenarios that validate what it is they feel in order to like say that it's fine when it's really not fine. It's not fine, that nothing happened, all that stuff. It's not fine. So I just think that Premier and having these special things, if you make a certain rank, that's the kind of stuff that get people like really sucked into it, because they're striving for that goal. And once if they ever meet that goal, and the chances are you won't, again, these are literally the top 1% of people. And with itworks, I wanted to go super in depth, but I just don't know what to go in depth about. They are just like a really scammy diet company that really feeds off your insecurities, like a lot of these companies do. But I think this one more so, because everything is about losing weight. Those body wraps, like wrapping them around your stomach, it is not good. And I can't imagine whatever is in them is like in general healthy, let alone actually healthy. So I did want to say, if you are interested in doing like kind of like a fitness journey, or like you want to get healthy this year, I actually have a creator I want to recommend to everybody. Her name is Brianna. I want to say her last name right. I believe it's Brianna Jewell. Yep. I love her. I think she's really interesting. I just discovered her actually this week. She is very cool, and she is a certified personal trainer, and she's studying to be a dietitian, and she does a lot of reactions to Beachbody Huns and how these people promote themselves as health coaches without any of the understanding. And again, you don't have to go to college to be a personal trainer, but there are courses you have to take, things you have to do. My mom is actually a personal trainer and a certified group X instructor, as is my father. He's a certified personal trainer. So I mean, I just like grew up around people like that. And you know, it is really, I just think it's really important to make sure we're getting this information from the right people. And just because somebody named Sally signed you up does not mean you know jack shit. So I'm actually going to go and change my outfit, and actually I'm going to run an errand or two. I have to go get some fabric. I'm going to make my first ever like asked for embroidery. I'm very excited about it, for my friend from high school, for his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. She's so cute. And yeah, so I'm very excited about that. So I got to go get some fabric. I'm so excited. Maybe like a embroidery marker. So that's exciting. Anyways, as always, I was gonna say stay sexy and don't get murdered, but that would be the sign off for my favorite murder. So yeah, I would love if you guys, like I said, I tried to end the video a little earlier, and then I realized there was more stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to just make anti-MLM content. I mean, I'm down to do it. I love talking about these things, but I love talking about a lot of things. My next video is going to be about my, like, I think my faith journey. There's just a lot of stuff I like to talk about. Oh, if you like my earrings, I got them from Winnie May Handmade. She has a big cartel link, and I have a lot of stuff from her. Actually, I really love them. These ones are probably some of my faves. I love the look I'm wearing today. Maybe I'll do some like thrift hauls. I mostly thrift shop at this point. I really don't like to buy fast fashion if I can avoid it, which I know is a place of privilege. So yeah, I also thought it would be fun to do what my morning and my evening routine are to deal with my like very intense anxiety, especially my insomnia caused anxiety. If those would be things that you'd be interested in, like let me know, or write in the comments. Like I would fucking hate that. Don't do that video on that, and I still might do a video on that. But I just want to thank everybody who does watch my videos. A lot of my friends watch them, so thank you. And a lot of family watch them, so thank you. And if you aren't, thank you still. You know, like, subscribe, comment. That's so like to do, but I'm gonna do it. So I mean, I guess that's it. Like I said, please be wary of these companies. They are trying to sell you something, especially in the month of January and probably even February, and they're always scamming you, but be really wary about it this month, I would say. All right, so I'm gonna go get some fabric from Joann's probably. I think that's the closest one to me, and I will be back to film another video. So bye. What's my sign off? End simulation? I don't know. I don't have one. Anyways, bye.